I'm Chef Michelle Bernstein. As America turns 240, we honor it with some recipes that are perfect for a celebration. So join me today as we say Happy Birthday USA here on SoFlo Taste. Funny, it doesn't look a day over 235. This is South Florida. It's where I live and work. I'm Chef Michelle Bernstein. South Florida is more than sun, sand, and sea. It's a lifestyle of fashion, sound, culture, and of course, food. Food with taste from all over the world. Join me as we celebrate the food of South Florida and the people who love it. Join me as we experience SoFlo Taste. Hello, I'm Chef Michelle Bernstein. Happy 4th of July. Today I'm here at the Publix Cooking School in Plantation. Welcome to SoFlo Taste. More on this cooking school later. It's the most American holiday of them all. Most of you will be picnicking or beaching or cooking out or just enjoying the long weekend. Typically, your 4th will be centered around food, as it should be. So I thought it would be fun to give you some of my family's favorite recipes for celebrating the 4th. So let's get cooking. I'm going to start you with a delicious dip, an artichoke and spinach dip. It is probably one of the best dips I've made. Not too hard to make, and it's just really yummy. So I'm going to start out with the base of the sauce called the bechamel in one pot, and here I'm caramelizing onions in this pan. Once the onions have caramelized, which takes a good like 30 minutes, I'm going to go ahead and add some artichoke hearts and mix them into the caramelized onions while I start the bechamel. So in this pan, I'm going to add some butter and let that melt. And you know, bechamel is a base, it's a mother sauce, so it's a base to a lot of different sauces. It's how I start my croquetas, it's how I start a lot of different sauces, but it's a wonderful, simple sauce. You start out with a roux and then you add some milk. That's basically it. But it is the most important thing to do when you're making a really great warm dip. Add your flour to the melted butter and allow that to mix in really well. At the point that the flour is well mixed in, it should pretty much look like this. You see that? Let that cook for just another minute and then add your milk to it. Now what we want is for this to thicken and be nice and thick and creamy so that when we add our caramelized onions and artichokes and spinach to it, it'll just turn out to be a lovely creamy dip. And then I'm going to add my spinach to the caramelized onions that I have going over here. Once that bechamel comes together, my favorite blue cheese, gorgonzola, and a little bit of cream cheese. Your typical dip would have your cream cheese into the bechamel, and if you wanted another flavored cheese, maybe a Fontino would be lovely if you're not really a blue cheese lover like I am. I just want to make sure that everybody sees how the spinach is cooking into the fat from the onions and the artichokes. And this is just coming together, so all we have to do is put this into our bechamel when it's made. So now that the bechamel is thick, take a look. It's nice and thick and creamy. I'm going to go ahead and shut the heat off on that. By the way, the reason why it's so smoky in here is I've already started the second recipe. I'm grilling some chicken wings for later because I want to teach you my favorite barbecue sauce for the wings. So cream cheese and blue cheese, and let that melt, which really doesn't take longer than a minute. And I do that without the burner on, by the way. All right, so once this is done, everything gets poured in and let everything mix together. Now I do not salt this because I feel like there is enough salt coming from the cheese, but this just makes the most beautiful dip. So you can serve half. It heats up beautifully again, by the way, so you don't have to serve it all, but to be honest with you, once you serve it, everybody usually eats the whole pot. Just delicious. And like I said, use the same recipe if you're not a blue cheese lover. Use the same recipe, just with a different kind of cheese. And there you have it, the beginning of a really, really great 4th. I'll see you in a minute to check out those wings.
Before you enjoy the fireworks on the 4th, go to archcenter.org for information and your tickets to the hugely entertaining Circopolis, running July 7th through the 31st. Enter promo code PLGTV for an extra $10 off your tickets for the special SoFlo Taste performance on July 10th. Come meet Melinda and Hunter. Hey, that's me, from SoFlo Taste. Again, for info on Circopolis and to buy your SoFlo Taste discount tickets, go to archcenter.org and enter the promo code PLGTV. Now, back to our Chefcopolis, Michelle Bernstein.
Welcome back to the 4th of July class. We are with Ray de la Osa, who is the chef up here at Apron's Cooking School in Publix in Plantation. Welcome.
Thank you.
Well, I guess you should welcome me.
Well, then welcome.
Because I'm in your studio. This is your beautiful classroom.
Thank you.
And you guys pretty much bring everybody in here, don't you?
Yep, we do it all. We do kids classes, we do adult classes, wine pairing, celebrity chefs, talk to the town chefs, a little bit of everything.
So who's the most famous chef you've brought up here?
You are.
No, seriously, like who's the most famous chef you brought up here?
We've had Tom Colicchio,
Wow.
We've had Harold Dieterle, we've had the pastry chef from the White House, and we've had you.
Okay, I'm at the bottom of that list, but I'll take it. I'm sorry it's so smoky, everybody, because the chicken wings are still cooking, so forgive me. Can you tell me a little bit about your classes for kids?
We have two types. We have classes for kids 8 to 12, and we also have classes for teens, and then we also do private parties as well.
Is it hands-on? Are they?
We do hands-on, yes.
Wow, so they're chopping, they're
Yep.
sauteing, they're doing
Yeah,
everything.
we don't let the kids play with the knives, but in teens we do let them use knives. So we make recipes that are fitting for the age group.
That's great. Healthy, probably, right?
A little bit of everything.
Maybe
Yeah.
not so much. Well, that's cool. Well, thank you, Ray, for letting me use your kitchen
Our
today.
pleasure.
I
Anytime.
appreciate it. All right, I'll see you in a little bit.
Great.
Thanks. So this salad is such a beautiful salad, especially for the summer, actually only for the summer, because you need a really beautifully ripe watermelon, which I hope this is. We'll see when we open it up. This is a savory Greek-style salad going with the sweetness of watermelon. It's just a beautiful match. So let's see what we've got, because you never know. Let's cut this bad boy in half. Ah, yes. The beautiful seedless watermelon. Gorgeous. All right, so I'm gonna cut, how should I cut this today? You know, I think I'm gonna leave it on the wedge. I think that once you finish eating the salad on the top, it's kind of nice to have a wedge. Let me cut a nice big piece of watermelon from here. This is gonna be the base to the salad. So we're gonna put this down, and then we're going to put the salad kind of coming off of it, so it'll be a beautiful salad tea with a fork and a knife, or you can eat the top and then grab the bottom with your hands. It's just kind of fun and delicious. All right, for the salad, let's first make the vinaigrette. A little bit of extra virgin olive oil, about a quarter of that of red wine vinegar, a little bit of garlic and onion powders, and a little bit of salt. All right, whisk that together. So for the salad, I have some nice arugula, some diced cucumber, not too small. Mix that in there as well. A little bit of just fresh picked dill. And then some cherry tomatoes. These are lovely. So if you can't find really nice small cherry tomatoes, go ahead and use grape tomatoes. So I'm just going to cut those in half, put those into the salad, mix a little bit of this, actually I think all of that vinaigrette, I made a nice small amount, into the salad, give it a good toss, and then put this whole thing right over the top of the watermelon. And as you dig in to your salad, use a fork and a knife, you'll be eating that delicious sweet watermelon on the bottom. And then finally over the top of it, I'm going to put a little bit of crumbled feta cheese. And the feta and the watermelon are so delicious together. That salty just balances so beautifully with the sweet. It's really the best thing you can do in the summertime. So that is our first course for our 4th of July. And I think just all those colors just make everything so celebratory and happy. So let's move on. I've got some chicken wings that I've decided to grill instead of fry for this 4th of July. making things a little bit cleaner, a little bit healthier, but I love making my own barbecue sauce. It doesn't take a lot of ingredients. It's a lot of ingredients that you might already have in your house, and it's pretty quick and easy to make. And it's a really great balance of vinegar and sugar and my little secret weapon, a little bit of Jamaican beer in there as well. I'm gonna cook the vegetables that go into this barbecue sauce. And I've got a little bit of garlic, some small diced onion, yellow onion of course. And you're not looking for color, you're just looking for everything to get soft and translucent. I've got some diced bell pepper, red bell peppers, which of course help with the color of that sauce. I don't know how to make a barbecue sauce without Worcestershire. I love Worcestershire. To me, there's very much a place for it in barbecue sauces, so I will always put that in my barbecue. So I have a little bit of that. I have a little bit of soy sauce for sodium, brown sugar, some fresh herb, parsley, and white vinegar for the balance. So once the peppers and the onions and the garlic have all softened and started to break down, you go ahead and add the 2 spices, the cumin and the chili powder. Chili powder is not spicy. It's a great smell. It's got a lot of paprika, but again, no heat to it. If you wanted to make this spicy, I personally would add a fresh chili instead of a dried chili into this flavoring. So I think either a Scotch bonnet habanero or a serrano would be lovely in here, maybe 1 for heat. Okay, once you add the spices in, go ahead and stir it up a little bit. And then finally add the flavoring. So the brown sugar, the white vinegar, the soy and the Worcestershire, the ketchup, and go ahead and cook that for a good 10 minutes until everything gets soft, the tomato cooks down a bit, and then you want to add about 4.5 to 5 ounces of beer. And lastly, you want to finish with just a nice fresh herb. I'm using Italian parsley in this one. A little bit of thyme would be nice too. It's really up to you. But I love the flavor of the fresh Italian parsley. It just brings out the freshness of the sauce. So that took me a good 15 minutes to cook. I wanted all of the beer, the alcohol especially, to cook out of that sauce. And what I got was a nice thick sauce that I put into a food processor. You can put it into a blender. And I just pulsed it until I got a really pretty sauce that I'm now going to baste all over the wings. And here are your grilled chicken wings. I cooked them on indirect heat. They took about 20 minutes to cook. Indirect heat means basically you're not going directly on the flame. You're kind of putting it next to the flame. I also covered them. I think it's really important to cover them because that helps in the cooking process, and you'll make sure that they get kind of more of a smoky flavor. So you take a brush and you just brush on your sauce onto the wings. I personally do this after they're cooked because I don't want the sauce to burn as they're grilling. But you could put it in the last couple of minutes of grilling if you wanted to. Delicious. So this sauce really came out to be nice and sweet and tangy at the same time. It has a really great balance of spices. And obviously you can serve these with extra barbecue sauce on the side. They're absolutely my favorite to eat on a fun day with the family. I think I say everything's my favorite because I like everything. It's hard for me. I just love food. And there you have it. 2 beautiful dishes for your 4th of July that you have to spend with the family. My barbecue glazed chicken wings and the watermelon Greek salad. I'll see you in a few minutes for the next one. For more information on today's show, or to see a previous episode, or just to ask me a question, please go to our website, SoFloTaste.com. It's your one-stop shop for everything SoFlo Taste. Celebrate the food of South Florida at SoFloTaste.com. It's the place to ask me a question or make a comment, especially good comments. Again, SoFloTaste.com. Now back to the cooking. Welcome back to SoFlo Taste and our Independence Day special show. So it is dessert time, as usual. I thought I'd make you something finally red, white, and blue. So why not make a dessert? This is a cake, an angel food cake. It's actually a purchased angel food cake. I've cut them into 3 somewhat equal layers, and I've got blueberries, raspberries, and strawberries all cut up, some shaved coconut because we are making a coconut whipped cream. Amanda, my right and left arm, showed me how to whip coconut. I never knew how to do this. So you basically take a can of coconut milk, non-sweetened coconut milk, okay? Just regular coconut milk, and you put it in your fridge overnight. And we just opened up this can, and all of the coconut solids rise to the top. And this is what they're like. They already look like whipped cream, to be honest with you. Did you do anything to this? Did you whip this?
I whipped it.
You whipped it. Okay. So she took this part of the coconut, and by the way, the water's on the bottom. The hard part, delicious, emulsified part is on the top. And she whipped it, and this is what it looked like. So it basically looks like whipped cream. And so what we're going to do is combine this with regular sweetened whipped cream and make a coconut cream. So this would be great for coconut cream pie too. It's actually pretty genius. So I'm going to go ahead and put this right into regular old whipped cream and fold it. All right, so I'm just folding the 2 together to make coconut whipped cream. Let's get started. We have a simple syrup, which is equal parts sugar water with some strawberries that we threw into it. Let it cook to get a little bit of the strawberry flavor and then strained it out. So this is strawberry simple syrup. And I'm just going to brush the cake with this lovely strawberry flavored syrup. Very delicate. Makes everything nice and pink. And we're going to top this layer with a bit of this coconut cream. And of course in the center. Angel food cake always has a hole in it, by the way, and you want to fill that hole up with berries and cream eventually. All right, so put some raspberries, blueberries. Not too much though, you don't want to make it too heavy. And strawberries. And then top that with your center layer. And this is just so easy. There's really no excuse for not making this for the 4th of July. And if you wanted this to be boozy, you could make a boozy simple syrup if you wanted to with any of your favorite liqueurs. But to me, this would be great with a white wine. So I'm doing another layer of cream. And then more berries. And then strawberries, and then last layer with your syrup. Just a little bit over the top so that it scoots down the sides. And then my last layer of cream. All right. Finally, few more berries, and of course I'm going to top this one with the shaved coconut. You can find them at any Publix store. And it kind of looks like I worked for a really long time on this, but I didn't. So there you have it, your Independence Day cake for your wonderful 4th of July Independence Day with your family. It's a wonderful time to enjoy your family, enjoy your friends, and enjoy yourself. To get a taste of what we made on today's show, at least two-dimensionally, go to SoFloTaste.com. It's the be-all, end-all of SoFlo Taste. Thanks for joining me today on SoFlo Taste. I hope you and your family enjoy your independence by trying something from today's show. Next Saturday, I'm all about salads as I show you some of my faves that are perfect for summer. Now stay tuned to Local 10 for SoFlo Home Project as design expert Martin Amado helps the SoFlo homeowner's dining room set off some fireworks of its own. Have a great long weekend and a happy and very safe 4th of July. I'll see you next Saturday.